Hello everyone. Let us get started with C++ certification training. So we are going to look at class members and access modifiers. The topics that we are going to cover are: what is a class member? Then we will look at what is an access modifier. Then we'll look at what are the types of access modifiers. Then access modifier inside a class and access modifier while inheriting a class. So we shall look at this topic one by one. Now let's begin our discussion with what is a class member. So C++ class can have member attribute or variables. Also C++ class can have method or functions. Now based on the access modifiers, they may or may not be accessible outside the class. We'll talk about this in details in the upcoming slides. So to begin with, as of now, a class can have member attributes and functions. So what are member attributes and functions? Let's have a look at that. So if you will see, this is a class employee. It starts here and ends here, right? Now inside this, I have two attributes of this class employee. One of the attribute is employee ID, which is of integer type, and another attribute is name, which is of string type. And then I have a function or a method inside that particular class. So these are called members of a class, plus this is a member variable here and this is a member function. Let me head over to my lab VM and explain this with an example to you. So I will go to my VM from here. Okay, so this is my lab VM. Now let me create a class here. I'll say class. I will say class employee, open bracket, close bracket, and I'll have to end it with a semicolon here, right? Now, as you can see that I will create an integer int emp id. You can give any name. I'm giving here employee ID. And then I will create a string. I'll say std : string name. So these are two attributes I have created within the class employee. Now let me go ahead and create a method. I'll say void details. You can give any name you want. I'm giving here details, open close bracket, and then I can say C out of, I can display these values, right? So basically the point here is I'm just creating this member attributes and member functions. Okay, so coming back to our slides here, let's move on to the next slide. So now what is C++ access modifiers? Let's talk about that. So what is an access modifier basically? Access modifier can be private or protected or public. Now we'll talk about them in details in some time. But for now, we should know that there is private, protected or public access modifier. Now access modifier are keywords that set the accessibility of class, method and other members. So basically when you specify different access modifier, based upon that access modifier, the classes or the methods or the member variables, they may or may not be accessible in a certain scope, which we will see in some time. So as I have already explained, that types of access modifiers are private, public and protected. So let's look at an example of private access modifier. So let me first explain this example and then we will head over to our VM to try the example. So here I have created a class circle with a private member and a public member. So it starts with a keyword private followed by colon and then public keyword followed by colon. So this is my private member variable and this is a public method, right? So these are this is private and this is public here. Now inside the main method, what I do is I create an object of the class, right? Now I cannot perform this. This will cause compilation error because the radius is a private member, so this is not allowed. Whereas since this is a public member, I can call that particular member or the function outside the class. So basically class starts from this bracket and ends at this bracket, right? So outside this class, which is this main method here, I cannot access private member, but I can access the public member. So let us try this with an example. So for that, I'll go to my VM and try it out. So let us create that example which I just explained to you. So I will create a class, let's say circle, open close bracket and followed by a semicolon here. Now here I will specify that in the case of private which we are talking, I'll say private here, right? So let me go ahead and say private colon. Then after that I will specify a variable and I'll say double and I'll say radius. So this is a variable. Now what I'm going to do is I'm also going to specify a public function, public followed by colon. Then I'll give name to that particular, or rather I'll create a function. So I will say return, but before return I have to basically give name or rather create a function. So I'll create a function and I'll call it calculate area. So I'll say public calculate area open close bracket, right? Now I'm also going to return a value and the returned value is going to be double. So I will specify a double return type here, double, and inside this I'll say return and I'll say 3.14 into radius into radius. So basically this is the formula to create the, or rather evaluate the area of a given circle, right? Now in my main method, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an object of circles. For that I'll copy this and put it here. I will say circle C1 here, right? Now what I'll also do is I'll create a constructor here to assign a value to this particular variable radius. So let's go ahead and create a constructor right underneath this. So I will create this constructor, open close bracket, and here I'm going to say radius equals to let's say 10 for example, or you can give a decimal number as well. I'm going to make it 10 for now, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to call C1 dot calculate area. So it will call the function and return a value. Therefore I'll try to display the value as well. So for that I'll say cout and I'll say endl here, right? So if I now try to run this program, the output will be 3.14 into 10 into 10. So let's run this program. For that I'll go to build and I'll say run. I'll say build and execute, and you will see a window here. If you'll go there, this is the output 314. which is the area of the circle. Now, the point I'm trying to explain here is that this was a public member of the class which I'm able to access outside the class inside the main method. But if I try to access the private member, so let's say this is a private member, right? So if I try to say C1, let's try that, C1 dot radius equal to 10 here. Let's see what happens if I try to run this program. So when I run this program, this is the output I get. It says radius is private. That means it is not accessible outside the class. So basically here we are trying to see that a public member is accessible outside the class, but private member is not accessible outside the class. So I will comment this again as this does not work, and I'll uncomment this. And this is the concept of access modifier in this case for private and public for a given class. So now coming back to our slides, let us understand the concept of access modifier with respect to inheritance as well. So if public access modifier is used when deriving class, then public data members of the base class becomes the public member of the derived class, right? So let's understand this first. So suppose this is a base class and this is a derived class. And while doing the inheritance or while using inheritance, if we use public access modifier, all the public member. So as you can see here, public data members of the base class will become public. So public will become public, right? Protected will become protected, but the private member are not accessible. So a private member which is inside this class or the base class, they are not accessible in the derived class. So by concept or by principle, a private member should not be accessible even in the subclass or derived class. So let us try this with an example. So let us look at an example now. If you will see here, what I have done is I have created a class which is access modifier base class. I have created three kinds of variables here, which is public, private, and protected. So earlier we have seen public, private. We'll also look at protected now. So this is one of my class which I'm going to call as base class, and the second class which I have is a derived class. So I have a derived class here. If you will see, this is my derived class starting from here up till here, right? Ending at this particular bracket. Now, in order to use the concept of inheritance or extends as a public, I'll say colon, and then I'll say public, and I will give the name of the class. So basically what is happening now is that derived class is inheriting the base class, and I'm using access modifier as public. Now as a result, what happens, which I have already explained in the slide, is that this public member will become accessible here as public, this will become accessible as protected, and private will not be accessible, right? Now accessible means what? It means that, so let me just clear this drawing. So what it means? It means that in this particular derived class, I can access this member, public and protected. So protected member is a member about which I'll talk in more detail in some more time. But protected is a member which is accessible within the class. So let's try to access these two members after doing the inheritance or after using the concept of inheritance with public keyword. So here what I'm going to do is that I will say cout. Here I will say public, and then this is my public member, and if you will see, I have initialized it with a value 10. So let's display this value, and I'll say endl, and then I will copy and paste this, and now I will do it for protected member. So let me copy this, right? Now here I have copied this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an instance of this particular class. For that I will copy and paste it here, and I'll say derived, and then I'm going to call derived dot. So let me, I think so, copy this one here. That will be better. I'll copy and paste it, and then I'll call the method here, right? So now let us try to run this program and see the output. So when I run the program, my output is public value I get as 10, protected value I get as 20. So both of these values, which has got inherited from the base class or the super class, is accessible in the subclass. So basically this is what we have done is, this is my base class here, right? And this is my derived class. So this class, this is my base, this is my derived, right? So my basically public and protected member are accessible. So this public member is accessible here, and this protected is also accessible here. Now what about the private? Private is not accessible. So let's just try it out of curiosity. So I'll copy and paste it here, and I will, so that we can distinguish it, I'll call it private here, and I'll try to display the private member. Now let us try to run this program. So here I'll copy this private. Now let's try to run this program, right? So I'll say build, I'll say run, and let's see what exactly happens is, here it says there is some error, as you can read, and the member is private, and therefore it will not work. So private member is actually not inherited. Therefore we'll have to comment this piece of code here. So now coming back to our slides. Now what if while using inheritance, I'm using public access, right? So public and protected data members of base class will become the private member. So we have already seen that anyway. So let me grab a different color for private. So this anyway is not possible, right? Because it's a private member. Now, as far as the other two are concerned, so this protected, although it will be available here, but since we are using private access modifier, the member will become private here, and public will also become a private. So private meaning it will not be accessible outside the class. So this is a simple concept to understand now, since we know the accessibility of a private member, right? Same way, so let me clear this drawing. I'll move on to the next slide. So if you are using protected access modifier, what will happen is, anyway, we already know that private is not accessible, right? So this one is anyway not allowed. Then protected will again become protected, and public will also become protected. And protected member, what is a protected member? Protected member is a member which is accessible in the class, plus in case of inheritance, if you are using the access modifier or access mode as protected, the protected always will be protected, and public will also become protected. So if you look at this slide in front of you, here I have a base class which is a parent class, and it is having a protected member, right? So if a class is accessing, in this case it is public, but if you access it as private, then I have already explained how it will behave, and if it is protected, that also I have explained to you how it is going to behave, right? And we have already seen an example of how it will work for the public access in case of inheritance. So I will head back to my VM to explain this with a little bit more example. So with respect to private and protected, the concept is already I have explained. If you have to do or use access modifier as private, here you can say private, right? So when I do it private, anyway private is not accessible, we know that. Protected will also become private and public will also become private, right? Now if you go and make this as protected here, then anyway private is not accessible. So meaning that private is this, so it is protected, so public will come here and it will become protected, and anyway protected will also become protected, and this is not accessible, right? So this is how the access modifiers work in the case of C++. So moving on, so to summarize our discussion, at the end of this session you should be able to understand members of a class, which we have seen as variables and functions. Then understand the access modifier, which is private, public, and protected, and understand how we can use the different types of access modifier, and understand the use of access modifier with the, or rather with reference to inheritance as well. So we have seen class members, we have seen public access modifier, private access modifier, and protected with respect to inheritance. So that's all we have in this particular discussion. Thank you so much for your time.